So let us discuss more things in Linux. So when I give any command, let's say I say echo hello world. What happens when I do echo hello world? This echo is a executable somewhere. And when I run this echo hello world, what shell does is shell creates a new process which executes this executable echo. A process is a program in execution. So echo is a compiled program executable lying somewhere. And when I say echo hello world, a process called echo is invoked. You can verify this thing by looking at this command called ps. PS means process status. You are able to see an entry of the process called PS, because when I say PS, shell creates a new process called PS. That's the entry, and every process is identified by a process identifier, PID. In fact, there is a parent PID also. So what we say is that bash is the parent of PS. So PS has many options. When I say PS minus EF, it shows even many more processes which are running in background. Let's just focus on this area. It has PID and PPID, parent PID. So now you can verify that PS has process ID 6551, and who is the parent process ID? 6002. That's the bash. So that's what I told. When I run a command, bash creates a child process and that child process does the work. So you have a parent-child relationship. For every process, Unix tracks that who created that process. If Vikas created that process can access only those files which Vikas can access. If root created a process, for example, this background process, which is related to Ubuntu desktop, because root created it, so this process itself is a all powerful process. It can access anything in the file system. It has privileges to do anything. So when a process is run, it runs under the authentication and privilege of the creator, of the user who ran that process. So now we have a visualization that what's a process. A process is a program in execution. Naturally, it will have some executable. If you want to know which is that executable which PS runs, so there is a command which, you can say which PS, and you will find that that executable is lying in user bin. Slash user bin typically hosts the utility programs, ls, cat, all that. In fact, you can see that. You can say ls slash usr slash bin. Let's try to recognize some. You have man. WC is word count, we will see. You have which itself, which is a command. Who am I, you have found. There might be different binary directories. Slash user slash bin is not the only directory. There are different directories. If you look at this environment variable path, you will find that there are different bin directories all over the system. And when you run any executable, let's say I run ls, so it will look in this order. It will first look in this path, then this path, then this path, and so on. And you can add more to this path. You can say path is equal to $path colon slash home slash vikas slash bin. And if you verify that has it been added, so I have added this new path in the correct syntax. Syntax is very simple. Directory 1 colon directory 2 colon directory 3. That's the syntax. Let's say you have written hello.c, you did gcc hello.c, got a.out. When you run a.out, again the same process. It looks in this path. And sometimes these paths have the dot directory in the middle of them. I will just show one thing. So if I run a.out, it doesn't find it. It says it's not found. Why? Because in the path, I don't have a dot. Dot means current directory. If I say dot slash a.out, then the shell is absolutely fine because I have told that in the current directory a.out. So it runs. So it has printed this hello world. If I want that, I don't want to do this dot slash business, I just want it to work. So what I can do is I can say path is equal to $path. That means path is equal to whatever the current value, $path colon dot. That means add dot at the end. We do that. And now if I do a.out, it works. So what we have just understood is what is a process. Process is a program in execution. It's some executable running. It is given a process ID. The kernel allocates CPU to this process ID. There is a parent-child relationship. So we at least understand what's a process.